All right, so I've now had a chance to see the War Games in color, and I thought it was a mixed bag. I will be doing a review for it, a full-on review, but for this video, I kind of want to talk about the Regeneration Scene, since that has kind of bigger implications and is potentially more and potentially is some of the more important parts of this. And I do want to ask you to subscribe. It's a stressful world that we live in, and Doctor Who is one of the things that we can all sort of escape to and enjoy, and to take our mind off things. And so they make so many announcements. There's a lot of new releases, and the best way you can keep up with everything, the best way to get the most enjoyment out of the show is to hit that subscribe button and join our community, join our conversation. So it's a long climb to 500 subscribers, but I'm building it one at a time. If you're ready to join a community of story lovers and fashion lovers and costume lovers, then don't delay. Subscribe today. And I am traveling this week, and unfortunately forgot to bring my external microphone, so I am just recording off of the internal microphone, so my audio quality won't be as good as it usually is. I apologize. Let's reflect a little bit on this Regeneration Scene. So in my previous video, which went viral, thank you very much for all the great support on that video, by the way, I talked about how this Regeneration Scene has the potential to change the canon, and the potential to either confirm or deny or kill season 6B. So season 6B is a theory that in between the last scene in the War Games and the first scene in the third Doctor's first episode, Spirit from Space, that there's a time jump, that the second Doctor had some additional travels that were either off screen or within some of the multi-Doctor episodes, like the Two Doctors. So it's been a long-standing theory for a long time, and I had thought that they were going to address it, but for some reason they did not really address it. So basically what happens if you didn't watch this and you haven't seen the episode, is that they basically have the trial scene like you see in the original War Games, and they do the thing where his face spins around a bunch of times, and that whole scene, and then they smash cut to the second Doctor regenerating like CGI in the TARDIS, and he does regenerate into the third Doctor, John Pertwee. So he didn't regenerate into Joe Martin's Doctor. Now, because he's in the TARDIS in that scene, there still could be a time jump, that like he still could have gone on to do the Two Doctors after the trial scene, and then after that gone into the TARDIS to regenerate. But it's not really explained either way, which I feel like is kind of strange. Like I feel like they should have definitely addressed it one way or the other, and then it wouldn't have needed much explanation. So the second Doctor is in his TARDIS. He regenerates into like a CGI version of John Pertwee's third Doctor, and then he looks at the date and it keeps switching between 1970 and 1980, and then basically he falls from the TARDIS, and then we see the kind of the first like a upscaled HD version of that first Spearhead from Space scene. So it's disappointing that it wasn't directly addressed, the idea of a season 6B. But here's the way I think events happened, and I do take this new regeneration as canon, but I think that's completely optional to each individual to decide what's canon, what isn't. I'm just treating it as canon because that makes sense to my own head canon. So the Doctor has his trial. He's forced to regenerate, and then off screen he's told you can keep your face for a little bit longer if you do these missions for us. So then he goes on the missions. He does the Two Doctors, potentially his timeline within the Three Doctors, the Five Doctors, and he does some missions for the Time Lords, and then that scene plays out as it does in the TARDIS and his regeneration. So the other big change that they made, which I don't have any issue with, is changing the when the Time Lords show a bunch of faces on screen for like here's like the options you have. It's a lot of the modern doctors. Like there's like Matt Smith, there's Peter Capaldi, there's Jodie Whittaker, all of their doctors, and then it just keeps the same dialogue. Like
we'll have an opportunity to choose your appearance.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. But I warn you, I'm very particular.
Here is your first choice.
Oh, he's too old. But he's too thin. Yes, that one's too young. Oh, no, that won't do at all. It's ridiculous.
You're wasting time, Doctor.
But it's not my fault, is it? Is this the best you can do? I've never seen such an incredible bunch.
Since you refuse to take the decision will be taken for you.
No, I never said that. But I maintain I have the right to decide what I look like.
So those are all the changes they made to the regeneration. My next video will be a fuller review of the story itself, but I just wanted to get some quick thoughts on the regeneration scene. So thanks so much for watching, and let me know in the comments, what did you think of this regeneration and the kind of non-addressing of season 6B. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.